The TV family, catch us live on your TV.
My name is Mr. Dube. I'm the Director of Autism Western Cape. I'd like to introduce you to Artists on the Spectrum 2020 online. This is our way of responding to the COVID-19 outbreak and lockdown. Artists on the Spectrum is a platform that showcases the talent of individuals diagnosed with autism. And we'll continue doing it, and we hope that you enjoy this platform. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zaida. I am the Outreach and Education Manager at Autism Western Cape. Autism Western Cape advocates for the neurodiverse movement, and this art exhibition helps us do exactly that. So it helps us to focus on the members or our service users' abilities. Our theme that we've chosen for Autism Awareness Month is Different Not Less, which means that we focus on their capabilities and their abilities, and we look at the individual as a whole instead of the diagnosis and the areas that it needs to be treated.
Hi, my name is Tanya Adams. I am a volunteer at Autism Western Cape. My journey here so far has been very educational as well as practical. Being here has given me the opportunity to see the autistic community and the challenges and the benefits that they do face. And it's helped me realize that one of the challenges are communication and how they battle, especially verbal and non-verbal. Therefore, that's helped me realize the importance of art in the autistic community and how it can benefit them as a form of communication and expression and how a form of relaxation.
Welcome to it, ladies and gentlemen. The hashtag to use today is hashtag #TalkThursday, hashtag Autism Awareness, hashtag Art Hills. We're talking about autism. If you do not know what that is, or if you're living with autism, or you know of somebody that is living with autism, and you're interested in knowing how to live and make this world a better place so that sonke sikwazi uphilisana, you're at the right time, at the right place, because the conversation is starting now, right till the hour 5. Welcome to the biggest, the baddest, and the most hip and happening show in the motherland. Lwandile Intombi Yomzulu is in the building. Awangitulaze, the gorgeous, and Lama Limun, we right here. Ukona Utando, Lindsay, as well as Unico. But right now, Sikalanga Baba Koyo. We've got the director, volunteer, as well as the education and outreach manager. Zaida Mdu Tools, welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
As everybody has seen on the screen, the clip that I played right now, the organization is doing amazing work. Can you tell us what inspired it? What motivated you guys to start such an organization?
Just to give you a brief on that, it actually came through my brother. So my brother works with a lady called Lindsay, and she has a child that is autistic, right? So he came up with the concept, was like, dude, she paints amazing stuff. And we were like, as an organization, how do we take a talent and actually try to make it something that she can generate income with? Because that's the purpose, right? Because we want to create a society where individuals diagnosed with autism can have an opportunity to generate income just like all of us have jobs. So that was the whole intention. And she had a talent, and we're trying to drive that and find like-minded people to join in that journey.
Namhlanje Zaida is World Earth Day. Everybody knows what the Earth is, so we don't ask each other, what is the Earth? Why are we celebrating it? Kodwa, when it comes to autism, we know that it is Autism Awareness Month.
Yeah.
And people do not know why we should commemorate it because they don't know what it is. So I did rounds sometime last week and today with my colleagues. I asked them, how many people do you know that live with the autism? And most of them were mom. And one of them said, I only know one. And I can imagine that one is not enough.
Yeah.
What is autism?
So it's a loaded question, but autism is a pervasive neurodevelopmental disorder. And what that means is that the person will live with it throughout the course of their life. It affects 4 key areas in their life. So we're looking at the social interaction, communication, their behavior, and the perception, as well as their ability to think and how they see the world. In its simplest sense, what we look at when we're talking about autism is that it is a different way of being in the world, a different way of perceiving the world, and then a different way of behaving within the world and within spaces. And so I think to answer the question about why we should commemorate this day is because if more people know what it is, more people can be diagnosed. And so then we create a more inclusive society that is more accepting of individuals.
Tulani, there's a myth here that says children with autistic spectrum disorders cannot love with the same degree of warmth and intimacy as others.
I don't know about that myth. First, thank you for having us on the show.
Yeah.
I think for me, like Umtu says, my interaction with Nicole, who now is the ambassador of art for Autism Western Cape, I think we're very close. So for me, that statement is really a myth. So while I think autism is stigmatized and people always have this, a person's a loner, you know, I think my relationship with Nicole as a person, I think it transcends friendship. So it's a myth. It's just getting to know someone, just like we're all different. So yeah, it's a very strong myth.
Back to you, Zaida. How is one diagnosed? What are some of the signs that people maybe or a parent can look out for?
So a lot of the times we would look at, when we're looking at children, we'd look at their inability to seek out play with other children. We would look at the lack of eye contact, or it would be uncomfortable for them to make contact. And I think maybe this is where the myth comes in, their inability to seek out sort of social situations. So that's where the myth comes from. It's not that they don't want to seek out social situations, it's just that they're perceived as awkward by other people. And so because they're awkward, no one seems to gravitate towards them. But like what Toot said, it's about just accepting them and being supportive within that environment. Again, the question is quite loaded. There are many signs and symptoms, and no two autistic people are alike. And so you would have to go to a clinician. So you could go to a clinical psychologist to diagnose. You could go to a neurodevelopmental psychologist. You could go either the private route or you could go the public route. Obviously, a lot of our clients go the public route, which is through government. So they'd go to Red Cross Hospital or they'd go to Tygerberg Hospital to get diagnosed. Or you could alternatively go the private route, which would be more expensive.
I love that you touched on no autistic person is the same as the next. Because no other human being is the same as the other. But I want to find out, what common challenges do autistic people go through? What do they have in common?
So I wouldn't want to take that away from, I think when you guys speak to Tando and Lindsay, they'll tell you a little bit more about their experience, their lived experience of it. But some of the challenges that we face is just a lack of services and a lack of access to services.
And that's one of the major challenges that we have, because we get funded by the Department of Social Development, right? We don't get funding from Department of Health, no Department of Education. So if you don't have government institutions taking into interest, creating an inclusive society around people with disabilities, then we have a problem, right? So you realize that we have to now we're in the preparation of a march, we have to now take it to the streets for people to hear and start considering individuals diagnosed with autism seriously. And that's just the way it is. But the challenge is access to education, access to services, just access. They don't have it. And we have to fight for it, you know?
What about the public watching right now? What can they do to be part or maybe help the organization itself?
Utulani is a volunteer there, so he's the
Tell us
best
about your
person
role,
to...
So You hit me hard while I was enjoying the show, man. So look, I think one thing we've always tried to do through our awareness is raise funds. So the public can donate through the Give and Gain website on Autism Western Cape. What we've also tried to do, just bringing it back to Artist on a Spectrum, this is our 3rd year running Artist on a Spectrum. So when we started out, and I think we've grown year on year. 2020 kind of hit us off guard, which is why we went online and nothing further happened, but we needed to stay going. So this year we've put art up on Gallery 44. It's in town on Long Street. So we're also trying to say, while these artists are diagnosed with autism, they can play on the same stage as everyone else.
Yeah.
And what we've done with that is it's for sale. So it's for sale as a fundraiser. So we also created while we have Artists on a Spectrum, which is specific to artists.
So I'm going to ask you to hold that thought. We'll be right back after this quick ad break. Kono Tando, Kono Lindsay, Kono Nicole, they'll be joining us, so don't go anywhere. This is Ekse Live.
CTV family.